Hello, welcome to Jack Knits, and today's project is this beautiful, warm, and cozy headband. Now, headbands are a great project for beginners because the construction of it is very simple. It's just basically a long rectangle that when you're done knitting, you can just seam up the edges and voila, have this beautiful headband. Now, headbands are also great to incorporate and learn a new stitch, which is what we're going to do today. This is called the Herringbone Weave Stitch, and it's very simple to do, but it's very delicate looking and super dense, so it makes for a really cozy headband. Headbands are also great because they don't use up a lot of yarn. You can use scrap yarn to get them done, and they make great gifts. So you'll be able to knit several of these just in time for Christmas. So let's get started with this headband. Hello knitting friends, this is Jacqueline, and we are going to look at knitting this beautiful headband today. Headbands are a great project to practice a new stitch that you may have found. So I couldn't resist when I saw this Herringbone Weave Stitch. It's so pretty and delicate looking that I thought it would make a great headband. It's nice and dense, so it will be nice and warm, just very intricate and pretty looking. So let's look at how to make this beautiful herringbone weave stitch and how to incorporate that stitch into this headband. Now for this headband, I made it quite wide. It's because I wanted a really nice warm headband for my head, but you can also make this narrow, which I'm doing for our tutorial today as well. A complete pattern is linked in my description below, so you can follow along with that for both the larger size and the smaller size. I also incorporated for this headband a 3-stitch garter stitch border, but that is completely optional as this stitch will lay nice and flat. You really do not need a border. I just added it because I thought it would add a nice extra touch, but you can eliminate that 3 stitches if you want to just have the headband with the stitch showing. So for my materials today, I am using a US size 5 needle. It's just a straight needle. Because I have so few stitches on my needle, I got away with just using double pointed needles, but you can use regular flat needles as well. I am just using a worsted weight yarn, some scrap yarn that I have because this does not require a lot of yarn. You could probably get by with about 100 yards or so. So if you have a ball about this size, you should be able to finish this project easily. So let's get started on knitting this herringbone stitch into this beautiful headband. So to first cast on, you're going to need to cast on a number divisible by 3 plus 1. And that plus 1 that you need to on this pattern is needed at the beginning of each row. And that is going to kind of offset this fun little weave pattern from the front to the back. So that extra stitch is important. So for this sample here for our tutorial, I cast it on 22 stitches, which was 21 divisible by 3 plus 1. For this larger headband, I cast it on 28 stitches. Okay, so once you've casted on your stitches, the number that you need will start the 2-row repeat. If you need a refresher on the cast on, I'll have a video up in the upper right hand corner that you can watch to refresh how to do the long tail cast on. But now we'll start with our 2-row repeat for this stitch. So again, I'm going to start with knitting my 3-row border, and that is optional. You do not need to do that, but for the sake of this tutorial and this pattern, we're going to start with those 3 stitches, knit stitches. Okay, then the very first stitch we're going to do is that plus 1 stitch we need, and that's going to be just an extra knit stitch. So start with just 1 knit stitch. That knit stitch is not part of the sequence of knit stitches to come. You just do that at the beginning of the row, okay? Now here is the stitch sequence for this stitch pattern. You're going to start with a yarn over, then with the yarn in back, you're going to slip the next stitch as if to purl, so not as if to knit. That will twist the stitch. We just want to slip it off the needle as if to purl. Then we're going to knit 2 stitches. So knit 1, knit 2. Now, remember the slip stitch we did over here? It's now our 3rd stitch on our right needle. Grab that stitch with your left needle and pass it over those 2 knit stitches you just did. And let go. And that is the end of that stitch sequence. So let's try that again. Yarn over with the yarn in back, slip the next stitch, 2 knit stitches, 1, 2, take that slip stitch you did a couple stitches back, pick that up and pass it over your 2 knit stitches. And that's how we got that little sequence again. Let's do it again. Yarn over, put yarn in back, slip stitch, knit 2, grab that slip stitch, pass it over those 2 knit, and there we go. It's a couple more times. Yarn over, slip, knit, knit, pick that up, pass it over. One more time. Yarn over, slip with yarn in back, knit, knit, pick up that slip stitch and pass it over. Now we're left with our 3 stitches, which is our border stitches, so we're going to knit all those 3. Okay, round 1 or row 1 is complete. Let's now go to row 2. Row 2, you'll find it looks very similar to row 1, but now we're going to be doing mostly purling stitches. So let's start with our 3 knit stitches for our border. And now we're going to begin this row with that +1 stitch. So instead of starting with a knit stitch though, we're going to start with a purl stitch. So just do that 1 purl stitch that's just needed at the beginning of the row. And now we'll start with our stitch repeat sequence. Again, it starts with the yarn over, but instead of keeping the yarn in back, move the yarn to the front now and slip your next stitch purlwise with the yarn in front. And now purl 2 stitches. Purl 1, purl 2, and now take that slip stitch we did, 3 stitches back on your right needle, pick it up with the left, and pass it over those 2 purl stitches. See how that looks very familiar to row 1? It is, but we're just now purling instead of knitting and keeping that yarn in front when we do that slip. So let's do it again. Yarn over, yarn in front, slip stitch, 2 purl stitches, 1, 2, grab that slip stitch back here and pass it over those 2 purl stitches. Yarn over, slip with yarn in front, purl 2, and pick up that slip stitch, pass it over. Yarn over, slip with yarn in front, purl 2, pick up that slip stitch and pass it over. One more time. Yarn over, slip, purl, purl, grab that slip stitch, pass it over. Now we're left with our 3 knit stitches that we're going to do for our border. And that is row 2. So that you've completed your 2-row repeat. Now you will continue that 2-row repeat till your headband is as long as you need. Now the beauty of a headband is you can always know exactly the size you need, because as you're knitting this, you can always kind of wrap it around your head and see how much further you got to go. For me, it's about a little less than 20 inches, but take it, put it over your head, and when your ends, almost meet, then it's ready to bind off and seam. So when your headband is the length that you need, again for me, it's a little less than 20 inches. Then bind off your last row of stitches. If you need a refresher on how to bind off, I will have a video up in the upper right hand corner on how to do that. But bind off those stitches and then you are ready to seam in your edges, your edge. So I'll show you on this already completed piece. When you're done and ready to seam them, just put your right sides together. So you would put your right sides of your fabric together. Here's my seam that I completed. Put it together, and then you'll have a cast on edge and a bind off edge. And now you can just take your tail from your bind off or your cast on and simply kind of weave in and out of those bind off and cast off edges all the way to the end. Weave in your end and you'll be done. So the seam doesn't have a big ridge to it, fairly invisible on the front, but of course that will be hidden. You'll put that in the back behind your neck. So that is the completed headband. I hope you give it a try, and again, if you want to incorporate some new stitches, feel free to do so. It's really fun, and I'll probably have some future videos incorporating new stitches into some other fun headbands. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe so you'll get notifications of those future videos. And I have a new video every week all about knitting tips and stitches and creative patterns. So hope you join us. Thanks for watching, everyone. Happy knitting.